welcome back to the SCSL. We are here. It's episode 7, week number 7, and our first League 1 game here is going to be a user showdown in the FCC between Lance's Arkansas Razorbacks, who are 3-3, and RSV's South Carolina Gamecocks, who come in with a 4-1 record. So we're here in Fayetteville. We'll see if Lance can pull off the upset here and see if his Razorbacks can get the win, or if RSV will improve to 5-1. And going deep on 3rd and 9 early, it'll be intercepted. No one's pass picked off. And that'll be a quick turnover for the South Carolina defense, but the offense can't do anything. So back on offense is Arkansas. That'll be caught by Traylon Burks for 30 yards. Nolan has had no problem slinging it deep. There he goes again. That's caught for a touchdown. It's Traylon Burks for 41 yards and a score. And Arkansas jumps out to the early 7-0 lead on the ensuing possession. That'll be picked off. Intercepted and a turnover for this Razorback defense. That's Brito Tutt with the pick. And not a great pass right there by Jake Bentley. That'll set up a 1st and goal. Noland will keep it himself. He's into the end zone for a 9-yard touchdown, and it's 14-0 Razorbacks here first quarter. Again, South Carolina can't do anything. Noland feeling the pressure. He's going to be sacked. Coughs up the football, and it'll be picked up by the offensive lineman. But it's still a big loss. 4th and 22. And the Razorbacks would have to punt. Now South Carolina, they're into the red zone, and A.J. Turner will break a couple tackles. A.J. Turner's into the end zone. 7-14 now is the Razorback lead, and wide open there's Brian Edwards. And just like that, South Carolina's got 14 unanswered of their own. We're tied at 14. The field goal try here with 26 seconds left in the half is good. And it's 17-24 here with only 15 seconds left in the first half. But there's a big hole down the sideline for Rakeem Boyd. He's got 31 yards. 8 seconds left now, 2nd and 9. Nolan going deep. That's hauled in. It's caught by Deion Stewart. And this South Carolina defense collapses with 20 seconds left to go in the first half. And Arkansas will take a 21-17 lead into the break. There goes Mon Denson for 18 yards here midway through the third for the Gamecocks. Now on 2nd and goal, back to pass. That's hauled in by Evan Hinson. South Carolina back on top, 24-21. Now Noland will keep this one himself on the read option. He's in for his 2nd rushing score of the day. It's 28-24 Razorbacks. Now 4:30 to go here, 4th quarter. It's still 28-24. Arkansas would have to settle for 3. It's a 7-point ball game. And now South Carolina trying to tie this game up as A.J. Turner will pick up 21 yards and a 1st down into Razorback territory. Now 4th and 7. They throw underneath to Chad Terrell, and he's not close to the 1st down. Stopped well short of 3rd and 11. Can South Carolina give this offense the ball back? The answer is no. The deep pass unloaded and caught for 51 yards for Jordan Jones. And then Devois Whaley will get the ball, and he'll run it up the middle for an 8-yard touchdown to make our final score 38-24 Razorbacks. Nolan had a good day on the through the air. Also had 14 carries, 35 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Receiving wise, Burks had 2 for 71 and a score. Stewart had 2 for 53 to score. Jones also had 62 yards through the air. Tackles for loss pool had 3. 2 sacks for Richardson, a pick for Tutt. Limpert made the only field goal try. South Carolina, Bentley, 22 of 28, 160 yards, 2 scores, 1 picks. 10 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown for A.J. Turner. Edwards had 6 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. 4 for 36 for Osiris Smith. Defensively, Ibe had 7 tackles. A pick for Horn, a forced fumble for Lewis and Wanham, and White made his only field goal try as we turn in to the rest of the League One games here. Texas hammers Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. And so your player of the game would be Young, who had 15 carries, 75 yards, 2 scores for the Longhorns. And defensively, you can see a forced fumble for Omenihu and a pick for Estelle. And so fumble recovery for Jones, 2 turnovers for the Texas defense. Dicker made his only field goal try. And Indiana upsets previously unbeaten Michigan State 27-24 in overtime. The Hoosiers started the year 0-2, but now they're back to 500 at 3-3, undefeated in Big Ten play so far. Ramsey 199 yards and a score. Scott had 26 carries, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns to help offset the terrible completion percentage by Ramsey. And defensively, Sykes had 10, no one else had more than 5. A fumble recovery for Sykes, a pick and a forced fumble for Ball. So 2 turnovers for this Indiana defense in the overtime upset. And down goes Sparty. And Justice would make 2 of his 3 field goal tries, including the game winner in overtime. And Pitt takes down Virginia Tech 27-24. They also improved to 3-3. They're 2-2 in Big East play. Davis had 22 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. And defensively, you have a fumble recovery for Watts, forced fumble for Campbell III, forced fumble and fumble recovery for Jackson, a pick for Mathis. So 3 turnovers for this Pitt defense as they get the win over Virginia Tech. And now we move into our League 2 game. It's our second user showdown of the episode. And it'll be Radio Snake and his Michigan Wolverines, who are now 1-3 after the loss last week to Minnesota, taking on the 4-1, 2-0 in Big Ten play, Penn State Nittany Lions. And we'll see if Hobie's team can get win number 5 here, or if they will be upset by Michigan. As Michigan will have the ball here, we're already midway first quarter. A slow start. That ball's coughed up. It'll be recovered by Penn State. And so a turnover already here for Penn State's defense. They'll have to settle for 3, though, on that drive. And the field goal is good. Now Penn State has the ball back. Loading up, going deep, intercepted. Picked off by this Michigan defense. And that's the first turnover of the day for this Wolverine defense. However, their offense could do nothing with it. Back to pass on 3rd and 9, and that'll be picked off again. The second pick of the day for this Michigan secondary. Second turnover of the day. And Josh Ross came up with that one. Will Levis already has 2 early picks here in this first half. Michigan would drive down the field, have to settle for 3 before halftime. And that would be our score heading into the locker room, a 3-3 ball game. On first down here, early third quarter, Levis picked off for the 3rd time. He's been victimized once again by this Wolverine defense. That's Devin Gill who comes up with the pick. However, Michigan's drive would stall out again. They would have to settle for a field goal. It is 6-3 now. A 4th and 3 for Penn State on their ensuing drive. They'll throw underneath. Not going to get it. George Campbell stood up short. This Michigan defense having one heck of a game so far. But again, Michigan's offense can do nothing. And so Daniel George will make that grab, dragging a toe along the sideline in the corner of the end zone. And Penn State takes a 10-6 lead. A 3rd and 6 here, early 4th quarter. Going deep is not Wilton Spate, but that's Nick Eubanks, 31 yards and a touchdown. Shea Patterson, nice throw right there, and that was not a nice throw by Levis. He's been picked off once again. That's his 4th interception of the ball game, but again, the Penn State defense holds Michigan to a field goal. The kick is good with 4:04 left. It's a 6-point ball game. And a 3rd and 4 here. Levis going deep. Has a man open across midfield. It'll be Pat Framuth inside the 45 of the Wolverines. However, the drive would stall out. Michigan will get the ball back, but they can't run out the clock. They do burn all 3 of Penn State's timeouts, however. A 4th and 4 here from the 46 for Penn State. Rolling out as Levis throws. Has a man along the sideline. It's caught by George Campbell for 18. 3rd and 6. Now they've got it inside the 35 of the Wolverines. Levis feeling the pressure. He's sacked. Sets up a 4th down and 14 here for the Nittany Lions, and this is your ball game. As that was a big sack right there for this Michigan defense. Sets up 4th and a mile to keep the game alive for Levis and the Nittany Lions. Back to pass throws. Caught, has a man open. It's Jahan Dotson. He's got 4 catches for 55 yards, but that was his biggest. Keeps the game alive on 4th and 14. 42 seconds left, and now Penn State with the real shot at it. It's 1st and goal, 20 seconds left. Going to the end zone, and KJ Hamler comes up with it. Will Levis has been terrible today, 4 interceptions, but 2 big touchdowns. And Penn State will win this game as that pass will be thrown incomplete on 4th down. And so Penn State's defense is the real MVP of this game. And Michigan outplayed the Nittany Lions for vast majority of this ball game. But they had to settle for 4 field goals. Well, not 3 field goals and a touchdown. And Penn State ended up getting 2 touchdowns and a field goal out of it. And that is your difference in the ball game. Michigan played well. I mean, they had 4 picks, 4 different people had interceptions. But it's just the offense couldn't do enough. They had to settle for 3 field goals. And Levis had 282 yards, 2 scores, 4 picks. Ricky Slade had 17 carries for 81 yards. Fremuth had 8 catches, 100 yards. Hamler had 6 for 36 and the game-winning score. But defensively, this Penn State defense did a great job of bending but not breaking. And Jan Johnson had 12 tackles. As we move to our League 2 games now, Nebraska takes down Purdue 24-21. Adrian Martinez did not have a great game. 14 of 29, 109 yards, 1 score, 2 picks. But Divino Zigbo carrying the load on offense. He had 17 carries, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Stanley Morgan Jr. had 5 catches, 99 yards, and a score of his own. And Will Honus, 7 tackles for the Black Shirts. A forced fumble for Ben Stilley. A pick by DiCaprio Boodle. And a pick and a forced fumble from Lamar Jackson. Fumble recovery from Luke Gifford. And so that was two turnovers, I believe, for this Black Shirt defense. As Kansas State gets shut out by Baylor 52-0. Skylar Thompson, 7 of 24, 88 yards and a pick. He only completed 29% of his passes. That is embarrassing. And yeah, just really nothing to write home about for K-State. They're now 2-4, 0-3 in Big 12 play. Really nothing good happened for them. This is just a throw that game in the trash can, throw the film in the trash, burn it, but move on from that game. As Georgia takes down Missouri, 42-28, I believe, was the score. Swift is your player of the game, 19 carries, 103 yards, 2 scores. Robertson, 9 for 83 and a score, and Hallman, 7 for 107 and a score in the receiving game. Defensively, Grant had 9 tackles, 3 for loss, 1 sack. Forced fumble from Reed, fumble recovery from Crowder, forced fumble from Stokes. And Blankenship made his only field goal try. Boise State beats Utah State 38-31. And the winning points came on a 96-yard pick 6 from Horton with 5 seconds left. So Utah thinking, hey, we got a great shot to win this one. Pick 6 from the 4 with 5 seconds left. Unbelievable ending right there. Sure would have been great to see, but Boise State gets the win regardless. They're 4-2, 3-0 in conference play. That's going to be a heartbreaking loss for Utah State. Still can't believe a 96-yard pick six with 5 seconds left. Why didn't they just kick the field goal? Oh man, that was a tie ball game, but instead they got cute thrown for it with 5 seconds left in the end zone. And it's a 96-yard pick six to provide the win for Boise State. UCLA loses to Cal. Spate had 324 yards, 2 scores, and a pick. Kelly 14 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Wilson had 11 for 146 yards and a score through the air. And defensively, not a ton to write home about in the tackle department. We'll see if there were any turnovers there for this UCLA defense staying its hat on, but the answer is not really. And so, yeah. But in our final game of Week 7, Oregon loses to Washington 30-44. Shao still playing. Don't know what happened to Herbert. He must be hurt still. But yeah, I mean, not a ton doing here for this Oregon offense or defense, really. But you know what? That'll do it for this episode. And, I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys next time. I hope you all have a great day, everybody.